About whether or not businesses are the answer, small businesses in particular are the answer. And I've heard this over and over again where people are saying, but wait a minute, perhaps part of the problem is that as adult South Africans, we tend to think that we've got all the answers. And when we need these answers, maybe we should go back to young people and say, how do we solve this problem? It's your problem. It is your challenge. How do we deal with the current problems around unemployment? And I think we should talk about that as well, because now and again, and if you listen to some of the discussions, some of the points being raised, they are self-serving in a sense that it's about our business. All right, government must do this and do that for us, and we'll be able to employ young people. But do we take some time and talk to these young people and say, but wait, how do you think that these problems can be solved? That's why I have on the line now Kenneth and Sabelo, who is a youth activator with an organization called Activate. Kenneth, hi.
Hi, Salami, how are you?
I'm very, very good. Thank you very much for coming through. I know we were supposed to meet up fortunately, we had to come back to the studio. Firstly, just tell me a little bit about Activate. What is Activate?
Actually, Salami, thank you for this opportunity. Activate is a network of youth. You see, it has over more than 1,000 youth that are involved in it. It's a big network. It connects youth from different backgrounds and from different backgrounds. So basically, the youth is being taught innovative ways of thinking and stuff like that, and they are given this opportunity to connect all over South Africa.
Alright, so it's a network. Alright, let me also welcome Sabelo, who is also a campaigner with Activate. Sabelo?
Hi, Kolane. I'm happy to be on your show, and I'm a campaigner, as part of the network, who's part of Amandla.Mobi.
Alright, I wonder if you have anything more to add to what Kenneth is saying. He just says to us that young people, over 1,000 across the country, thinking about innovative ways of dealing with some of the problems and so on. Anything to add?
Okay. What I would add is that Activate is a network of young people across South Africa. It's really about thinking about innovative solutions. And speaking of innovation, we're currently actually running a campaign using mobile phones to actually mobilize young people around getting youth gifts as a way of making municipal opportunities available to young people in the country.
Just tell me how, Sabelo, I'm still with you. How do these young people see South Africa's challenges today? What is the most pressing challenge as far as young people are concerned in South Africa today?
I think the one struggle of our time is definitely unemployment and accessing opportunities so that one can become economically and socially active.
All right, but do they think the unemployment, or does the answer lie with starting your own business?
Well, I think a part of it, and employment is one part. Employment is one part of the solution, so getting a job. Another aspect of it is finding ways within the community to start up something, whether that is a business, whether that's an organization, or whether that's an enterprise that you start yourself. So it's really a number of things that young people need to look at and solve problems around.
Kenneth, and what are some of the suggestions coming from Activate about how we deal with this problem of unemployment?
Some of the suggestions are that the promotion of active citizenry, taking part in the decision making, actually taking part in the policy making too. Not that policies that concern the youth should be based on research, but then they should be based on the interaction with the youth as to what the youth wants and what does the youth think will actually help solve the problem of them.
Explain that to me. Are you suggesting that some of these policies, some of these decisions are not really what young people want, that they have absolutely no relationship with the challenges as seen by young people?
Basically, we do address the issue, but then it's just a rough idea. It's not actually talking to what to the needs of the youth, what the youth really need. You see, because when the research is done, a number of people is being interviewed, and then based on that, it doesn't actually say that's what is happening out there. That's what the youth is thinking out there. You see.
Sabelo, do you agree?
No, I definitely agree, and I think that it's really a matter of how do we get youth participating more with government in rolling out and implementing
some of what it feels, which is why particularly for us, starting a campaign around youth desk and giving young people an opportunity to actually go to youth desk and participate and say to municipalities, want. This is what we are seeing in some of the ways we can solve some of these challenges. So yes, participation is really a big issue.
But why specifically talking about government? Do you think the answer lies in government only, or is it also the private sector has a role to play? Oh, all right, I think I've lost Sabelo, but I'm going to get him back on the line. But Kenneth, the private sector and their role here.
Now, what is important to precisely the government should actually implement policies and come up with policies that should enable the youth to thrive within the business, and thus encouraging the private sector to partake within the space. Because basically right now it's actually difficult for one to actually secure funding to start up a new business. It starts with the government. With the government having to introduce policies that would therefore enable the youth to thrive within the economy.
Let me go back to that point, Sabelo. Good to have you back again. Because Kenneth is talking about this business issue, and just before 5 o'clock, I think there was a caller called Mandy who was talking to Ray, and suggesting that perhaps we focus a lot on businesses, and it's not all young people that want to start their businesses. What do you think, firstly, about that, and how then do we deal with those young people who are not interested in starting their own businesses?
Well, I think an important aspect of that is youth mobilization. So you're finding that a lot of focus is being put on small businesses and business as the answer, but there's also a lot of youth who are involved actively in the communities, whether it's through organizations, whether as volunteers. And at Activate, one of the main philosophies is that we as young people need to come together and help each other solve these problems, which is why it should be part of our campaign, which is on Facebook, which is where's our youth desk? We need to get young people to come together to actually tackle some of these issues.
And are you getting them on Activate? Are you getting young people coming together, or is it just a group of, I don't know, elite, perhaps? Yeah.
No, we're definitely getting young people. I mean, currently, young people Activate has over 1,000 young people, and a lot of us have connected through Activate. And you're talking about youth who are in universities, youth who are from upper middle class schools, youth who are in rural areas, and I mean, when I think of Kenneth in himself, Kenneth is someone I didn't know previously before this. He's from Ekurhuleni and I'm from Joburg. And here we are as young people connecting on campaigns and actually moving things forward. So I think definitely it's not an elitist group, it's us as young people taking power and saying Amandla to our generation.
And Kenneth, you're making a difference, do you think?
I didn't get that.
Are you making it, but also among young people?
Yes, I am, Dolani. Currently, I am involved in the township that would be Tembisa, within the ANC. Now we're pushing the ANC community because they are the governing party within our area. Now we're pushing them to actually encourage them to have active participation within the policy framework. We shouldn't be there simply for with regards to crime, stop crime campaigns and stuff like that. But then it should be there when RCPs are being discussed as to how will the implementation be.
But you know, there's a very interesting point from what Kenneth is saying, Sabelo, and the point is that sometimes it is still in this gang and you want to participate, you want to be part of any organization, you've got to be political. Can you not participate in anything other than politics?
Well, definitely you can. I myself am non-partisan, and the interesting point is that we're saying that other young people should join our campaign outside of the political structure, and just say young people can campaign outside the political structure. We're saying young people should join us on our Facebook group, which is where is our youth desk. Because outside of politics, they still life. Before there was the ANC, before there was political parties, there was community organizations, and it's all really about community organizations and mobilizing. Because wherever you are, whether you're from a political party, whether you're not, we all come from communities. This is why we're saying we must come together and join these campaigns that we're having.
All right. And I'm going to wrap up in this discussion, Sabelo, but again, I need to go back to the level of a discussion that we're having in this country around challenges facing young people. Firstly, is it acceptable to you, the nature of a discussion that we have with the debate that is being held across the country about the challenges facing young people?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. I still think though we still need to actually take this discussion outside of just the main media space, because we're on radio here, we're talking at national level, we're speaking English, and that isolates a lot of people, which is why for us it's really about, in our campaign, it's also about multilingualism, bilingualism, because we have a lot of languages, but often the dominant language and the dominant way of speaking about issues is in English, which isolates a lot of people. So I think for us it's really about we need to change the way we're having these conversations so that they become rooted in communities and not just coming up from academics and through mobile technology, because we know in South Africa the best way to reach people is through mobiles. We have a high mobile penetration rate, which is why for us in launching our campaign tomorrow, we're going to be using 40 cents to sign up onto our petition.
And Kenneth, your thoughts around that, because of course on one hand you have issues of language, you have issues of reach, access and so on, but on the other, just the nature. I mean, if you for instance hear leaders talk about this problem, they're talking in phrases like youth is in a state of emergency, youth, there's a ticking time bomb around the youth. But do you think that explains the core challenges that young people are dealing with?
So let me, it is an interesting question, that one. But then, somehow it does address the issue, but then not really. It's not really. You know what, we've been talking and politicians have been talking. I find that action is being implemented, you see, for that. And we should more.
Right. Gentlemen, let me thank you very much, and of course congratulations for the work that you're doing, and keep on doing that work. Kenneth Lubisi of Activate as well as Sabelo Mnuva. Thank you both.
Okay, thank you for that.
Cheers. All right. So those are young people involved with a campaign called Activate.